Hello, welcome back to the double Kiwami and DM20. It's not the DM20 hatch, but I forgot what the actual hatch is. Non-stop November plus the light, I think it's the light hatch in DD UK. Can't actually remember what it's called. So, updates and a bit of a surprise. On the non-surprising part of this update, they're asleep because I wanted to make sure they didn't accidentally evolve a stage further. Yeah, we have Zubamon and Plotmon. If you're familiar with the evolution or the eggs I've chosen on this device, you will know that it's pretty much a straight evolution line. So there's only really one route I can go evolution wise. But it's always nice to see them, and it's just nice to see them evolve as well. They evolved like early morning. I'm pretty sure like they woke up and evolved first thing. I also need to point out, I'm pretty sure I'm developing some kind of like psychic link with this device. So obviously, being a DM20, you can only pause them for 3 hours at a time, right? And when I go to work, my shift is 4 hours, so I have to bring them with me. And they just kind of sit in my pocket asleep for most of the shift, and then at some point I'll wake them up and send them back to sleep. Just to make sure they're not going to take care mistakes or whatever while I'm working. Where this psychic link starts coming in is, I took them out of my pocket to check on them, still asleep. I was like, no. I'll do the whole put them back to sleep thing in a couple minutes time. And then I took them out of my pocket again, and they had just woken up. Like, I checked them at pretty much on the minute they woke up. It was amazing. It was perfect timing. But other than that, like the following, I want to say evening or the morning after that, I like completely unprompted picked them up. I was like, I need to clean up the poops because there was 3 poops stacked up. So I did the old cleaning the poop button, and as soon as that animation wiped away, they'd done a 4th poop. The perfect timing on that to avoid the sickness. So yeah, either I just know DM20s really well, or I'm developing a psychic link with this one. Both are pretty cool. I'll accept either one. I've got the Zubamon for the Zubamon Gold, and I've got the Make You Egg for the exclusive for this device. Also the only exclusive egg that doesn't have a Jogress at the end. Now, for the surprise, that's Airdramon. Completely randomly, last night, so I was pretty like set in that was the end of Tentomon's run, and I was just going to be grinding through the stages to get to like the second area. No, that is not the case. He just randomly evolved. So yeah, no, that's just Airdramon. Like right there, Airdramon. I'm completely lost as to how it happened. Absolutely completely lost. Maybe it's an age thing. It's like maybe he hit 10 years old and that's a requirement, or some kind of special requirement for a secret evolution. I don't know, because the evolution bar had been full for ages, for days on end. So I kind of assumed that to mean Evo failure, no more evolution, that's the end of the line. And then he just evolved. So let's take him on an adventure and see what we're up against. Is this another Triceramon? Oh no, it's another Triceramon. Well, this can only go well. Who knows, maybe Airdramon's stronger than Ikakumon. That's a good start. That's not a good start. That is an even worse start. Ow. Okay, Airdramon doesn't seem to have as much health as I think. Didn't seem to hit much harder either. Hopefully evasion is way up. But that does not seem to be the case. Defense isn't up either. Uh-oh. Well, that was brutally one-sided. You know what? We're going in for another shot. Surely he can't beat us twice in a row. That's not good. I don't think we're winning this. Okay, Edron, you just have to simply evade like 6 more shots. So that's a no one evading them. Okay, so this is kind of how this stage has been going, right? Since that last Triceramon I beat, there was like a couple nice fights, and then another Triceramon, which I eventually beat, and then a nice fight, and then this is obviously another Triceramon. So this area is just like full of pretty decent fights, and then Triceramon. So the good news is I can show you, because it's the correct timing, I can show you super training. What stat do I want to increase before I go into that? Let's go for, I think evasion might be the one to go for. Evasion and defense. Defense is currently lowest, so I'm going to up the defense by 1. Super training. So offense, defense, reflexes, which is evasion, relaxing, which restores 1 condition heart and is basically a nice 4-hour pause. Let's go for defense. Yeah, I did say defense. So now, this is just what happens. Can't do anything. It just sits like this for 4 hours. And after that 4 hours are up, his stats will be empty, so you gotta get back to him pretty quickish. And you'll probably go back to Tentomon afterwards as well, because his energy will be empty. So, shall we do some battles that we can actually win? I don't need to, but I want to. Who are we fighting? Plotmon and Meikumon. Oh, this isn't good. Oh no. See how much slower this is as well though. In contrast, you wanna... Come on, Supermon. Oh no. You know what I said, there's like fights we can actually win. Well, that's not going too well right now. Oh, we landed it. Ooh, when we land a hit, it's good. That's Megumon, which is worrying. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. Yeah, no. No. That was the last shot. So, I'm gonna face him off against someone that's not an adult level. Good old Kunamon right at the start. See, that's much better. Now we just need to do that to Triceramon. There we go. We have finally had a single victory in this video. But that'll do it for the update pretty much, because there's not much else to show off. Currently Edgemon is getting punched repeatedly. And I've just got to wait for these guys to evolve to adult. I've also got to remember to actually post a picture to the Discord. Today being Thursday means that logically tomorrow is Friday. And I believe that means that tomorrow there'll be the second part of the non-stop November hatch, which is the most recent device, which I realised because I've modded this and it's currently in, I've not got it turned on right now, because it's in Digivice mode, it doesn't grow in real time. Well, it does and it doesn't. It means I can in one day get to an ultimate level, and then at midnight it resets back to child, so I can't really use that for a hatch. So yeah, I will be bringing out the second newest device I have, and you'll have to wait for the next video to see that. And who knows, maybe these guys will have evolved by then. Or maybe I'll just wait to hatch until they've evolved, who knows. it'll turn out how it turns out, and that's how I like to live life. That being said, from Supermon, Plotmon, and Airdramon, and of course myself, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.